heartbreaking.
Coming up
It's
on My
very
Time to
well
Talk.
done. The way that they've explored these themes, like without it feeling like, oh my gosh, they've thrown everything at it. You don't feel like overwhelmed with it, but you're taken on the journey until you realise, oh my gosh, this is where we're going with this. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of Jamaicans are, like the more money you've got, which is usually a white person, then the more respect you get and the more hush hush, because like you can't go talking about the hierarchy like that, you know what I mean? Like man is big in the area, and I love Death in Paradise. But the accents are English.
They're very fake.
English.
These are people living in Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
You can tell this isn't like no fake or foolery. Like,
it was.
Otherwise,
It was so
if
shocking,
it is, then
actually.
they've done amazing. Because God knows, like these people, their accents were on point.
On
do you know what I
point,
mean? Oh, you're looking for the ghost of your brother, but you've got a sister here. This is what her, now sister was saying. But I could understand it because it's like it's going to be very hard for a family member that has grown up with a
boy as opposed to a girl, and then having to deal with the mother. It's my time to talk. So this week we're thinking that we'll do 2 reviews, and one being Get Millie Black, and the other one is the interview that was done this week with Jamelia and
Paul Brunson on the podcast We Need to Talk.
Yes, and both of them was very good. But we'll start with Get Millie Black. And do you want to start?
Yeah, so basically, I'm trying to do this without spoiling it too much because it is
because it is current, so it's still going on.
So it's on Channel 4. I kind of binged it because it was really, really good. So I watched it in a day. I think you was trying to...
I was going to leave it for section, and then I got to the second one, and it was like, you know what?
Let's just watch it.
I
think it is like important for us to support these types of things, like when they do come on, mainstream telly. Because I don't really watch telly like that, but when I saw like the actors that were in it, the actresses that were in it, when I saw the storyline, obviously it's kind of set heavily in Jamaica, and it's authentic Jamaica as well. It's not like American accents doing patois type thing. It was, wasn't it? So it was like you do like, not that I've been to Jamaica, but it did feel like you were in Jamaica.
It was definitely,
do you know what I mean? It was true to life, wasn't it?
It was so true to life that I was speaking to a couple of people in a activity that I was doing, and they reckoned that they couldn't even understand it. It was like, why didn't you get subtitled?
I know. Subtitles were available, guys, if you know what I mean. So don't feel like if you don't understand patois, then oh gosh, I can't watch it. Like, put the subtitles on because they will be helpful for you. Let's put that as a disclaimer. But yeah, those that know, like in terms of the characters, the themes, it kind of basically was. I'll give a loose description. So basically, Millie Black, she's a policewoman that she was sent to England from Jamaica as a young girl. She obviously grows up in England, becomes a policewoman, a detective really.
A top.
Very good at her job. Something happens and then she ends up going back to Jamaica and becomes a policewoman in Jamaica. Obviously, I won't go into too much about what happens because we do want people to watch it. But it kind of touches on themes that I think are really important, like discrimination in not only the workplace but like within family dynamics. Like there is, it is heavily criticising then, I would say, on like gay relationships in Jamaica. So it does touch on like how people are stereotyped and not even stereotyped, but just the abuse that gay and transgender people would face in Jamaica. so like whatever you're thinking, I would say from my opinion, like whatever your views and beliefs may be, like it doesn't give you an excuse to
be violent.
Yeah, to be violent and victimize people in the ways that we kind of see is happening in like certain countries, like, you know, unfortunately Jamaica as well. So yeah, it does touch on that. The acting was absolutely amazing, I've got to say. Like from young to old, the acting was really outstanding.
And relatable
very,
as well. Very
yeah,
relatable.
Very. What would you?
Yeah, I would say that going into it, I actually thought, oh gosh, we're not going to have one of these Jamaica type things, you know, like underrepresentation going from the Bob Marley video.
Review that we did,
Going from the film, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't relatable to me. That wasn't. But this was kind of like, okay, I can get that, because like Jamaicans they've been brought up with this mentality of, it's in the Bible that you know, get rid of them batty way, and you know, if you don't understand that, put the subtitles up. And you know what I mean? Like, and they do attack transvestite, you know, the trans people. And the man that played that one is actually a trans. And I'm not joking, that acting was...
His performance, or her performance,
impeccable.
Was,
you know what I mean? Impeccable, you know what I mean? And the thing that she... related to her sister, now she has to call him sister, you know, was very, you know, relatable as well.
Because you could see, like, and this is the thing, this is what I liked about it, because Millie is not seen as somebody that's like prejudiced, like her friend is gay, like she's very open like that, and even to the point where we do see their early childhood. She was defending her brother then.
From a very early age.
Yeah, so you can see like thingy, but it's still like something that, you know, when you're grown up like to, you know, believe certain things basically, like it is a very hard thing to wrap your mind about, and I think they dealt with it very well. Like obviously, you know, they're saying, oh, you're looking for the ghost of your brother, but you've got a sister here. This is what her, you know, now sister was saying. But I could understand it, because it's like, it's going to be very hard for a family member that has grown up with, you know,
a boy as opposed to a girl, and then having to deal with the mother and her coming over to England, and as we say, is like it's got the British end as well, and that was relatable as well. Her having to deal with the hierarchy in the police force made it real for me, you know, and then having to deal with the police force in Jamaica made it real as well, as somebody who's been to Jamaica and seen how, you know, the difference with the police in Jamaica to the ones in England. It was done properly, and also it wasn't given to, the parts weren't given to people who was known, and then they had to come off with a different accent. Like, I mean, I love Death in Paradise. But you know, like the accents are English,
very fake,
English, Caribbean type of thing, and you know they were supposed to have been born in
Jamaica,
in the Caribbean, and they've got no real accents. You know, you can tell that they're trying to make it as English as they can.
But they're watering it down for the viewer, and this is what I liked about it.
That's
like
what
how
I liked
you said
about
you saw somebody and they were like, oh, I didn't really understand. Like, I like that, because it's like they kept it authentic to what Jamaica is. And I know I would go to Jamaica and probably struggle to understand what some people are saying, but I wouldn't be like, oh, can you water that down for me? Like, I wouldn't know
subtitle that.
This is the Jamaican experience. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I appreciated. What I also appreciated was, you know, them showing the colonization of Jamaica. So like we do see like these rich white Jamaicans and their accent, and obviously us coming from like our background where we come from, it was kind of an insight into like what, you know,
how it might have
been like, you know, with our family also. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of enlightening to see, and I liked the fact that they kept it true to that as well. Like they weren't like the white saviors. Like, again, without going into it too much, it was like, it was the juxtaposition of the black people are the good guys and the white people are the bad guys. It was kind of like a noughts and crosses type, you know, the noughts and crosses book. It was that kind of juxtaposition, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. Because we are constantly villainized on film. We are constantly seen as like we're doing like the wrong thing, like black people. I mean, like
the drugs and things, and like actually, like how it was presented was how a lot of Jamaicans are. You know, like the more money you've got, which is usually a white person, then the more respect you get, and the more hush hush. Because like you can't go talking about the hierarchy like that, you know what I mean? Like man is big in the area, and that is so true. That is so true. You know, like if you've got more money and you're white, it's like they're gonna have the say for the area. You know what I mean? They are gonna have the say for the area. That hasn't gone away. That hasn't gone away, and I'm glad that, you know, the person who wrote it, which was presented it that way, that, you know, that is still the case, and everything was utilised and presented so well. That's why I say it's like after the second episode, I thought to myself, well, I've got to really watch the rest of it, you know what I mean? Because like I was thinking like, I'll just do the week to week. If I catch it, I don't. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, then it's not a big loss. But it would have been a big loss, you know what I mean? Because it was well acted by both sides. I'm not saying black people were
that's what I mean.
The white people,
all of even the white Jamaicans. That's what I mean. The accents were authentic. You could tell these are white Jamaicans. These are people living in Jamaica. You could tell this isn't like no fake or foolery. Like
it was, otherwise,
if it is, then they've done amazing. Because God knows, like these people, their accents were on point.
On
do you
point,
know what I mean?
You know, I know white Jamaicans how they talk.
That's what I mean.
And that's how they talk.
And
you know
like just their mannerisms and stuff. Like it was all very very well put. Like attention to the detail was spot on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's a twist. You know, there is a twist, and
that's what
and
I said.
that
You don't
was
want to do too many
presented very well as well, actually.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was all presented well, and as I said, like another theme, without giving too much away, is like human trafficking, and I think it was very well done. The way that they've explored these themes, like without it feeling like, oh my gosh, they've thrown everything at it. Like she's done it amazingly well. Do you know what I mean? Because as you don't feel like overwhelmed with it, but you're taken on the journey until you realise, oh my gosh, this is where we're going with this. Do you know what I mean? Like it was really really.
I think that was what amazed me, is that wow. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just black people are dealing in drugs type of thing. There was a thriller part, a generalization part, and also a practical, you know, thing went on throughout the whole 5 episodes, and there is 5 episodes. Yeah. But streaming them seems like a blast, you know, like
literally.
I done it in one afternoon.
Literally, like I cooked from the morning to the to the afternoon, and I had to bring the telly down from upstairs because I was like, I need to watch this in the kitchen, like fully be seeing this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm there like chopping like. Oh my gosh! Like, what's happening next? You know what I mean? Like it was gripping, I've got to say. And at the moment, my attention span has been depleted. So to get me watching, like I've got so many things that I'm halfway through, and I've just left them. And now I'm thinking,
and that one I watched
remember. And this one I've just, I was able to just blitz that. There wasn't a moment where I thought, like, even when I had to go and pick up the kids, I've come back like, I need to get back to my show. One of these kids going to bed because I need to finish this last episode. That's all I had was one last episode. And I'm glad I waited because I got to like watch it in comfort and actually see it. So I hope it gets commissioned again.
And I hope they do a season
it did
2.
seem like they could do.
Well, they ended cliffhanger type
but
of
yeah,
thing.
in terms of the characters, and the fact that they are police people, like another case could definitely write
another case.
Yeah, another case could definitely be explored with those characters. Even the supporting characters, like the young girl and stuff, like she was amazing as well. Do you know what I mean?
But the one that played her sister / brother, was amazing too.
And all the gully girls that they were like the whole
and that does
cast
actually exist
really
in
good,
Jamaica when you get to that part. That does actually exist. So that was a very good.
Do you want to get the thing so we can just shout out the writer and created by writer Marlon James. So that's a surprise to me because to me it wrote like it was written by a woman, to be honest. But apparently it was. So it appears on Channel 4 in and it's in America as well. HBO in the United States, so that's really good actually, because then at least the Americans can get to see like a different thingy. Directed by Tanya Hamilton and Anita Loafer, and starring Tamara Lawrence, and that is Millie Black, and she was amazing. Joe Dempsey is the English guy that comes over
to Jamaica.
He was in Skins, and he was really good in Skins, but this is a totally different thingy of him. Yeah, her partner, he was good as well. Hibiscus, China McQueen. So China McQueen played her sister. And she was really, really good, I've got to say. But I could be here all day, really, because the whole cast was absolutely amazing.
Amazing job.
They really did.
If they're gonna give awards to somebody,
yes,
if you've got the mind,
do you know what I mean?
to give a black person an award, give to the whole cast, because
production,
that was well done, very well done.
So what would you give it out of 10?
I would actually give it 11.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
That is high praise,
10 out of 10 is probably not enough.
I think so as well. I've got to say, I'd give it a good 11 out of 10 because my gosh, I walked into it not really expecting very much. I know Channel 4 does commission some really good shows, saying that, but just walking into it thinking, is it gonna be one of them Death in Paradise? Like, especially when I saw Detective. But to be fair, even the
detectives,
the
played a very good part
adverts in itself did kind of get me sucked in, because I saw the advert, which I rarely see adverts, and I was like, oh wow, that looks good. So then when I saw it was a TV show, I was quite surprised. But give it a watch, guys. It's really, really good. Let's support these kind of shows and support these writers.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch for anybody. It's
I'd
not
recommend
even
it.
like,
I've been recommending it literally since I've watched it. Anybody I've spoken to, I'm like, have you watched Get Millie Black? I'm not even being paid, literally. Anybody would think I'm being paid to promote this show, but no, it was that good. I just want them to be able to commission, like, at least be able to say, well, we've got the viewers, so if Marlon does want to write anymore, know that we will be watching. So that was really good, and we're gonna review Jamelia'S interview with Paul Brunson as well. So join us for part 2 later in the week.
My time to talk. Subscribe and like. Come on, people. We need some likes here.
Join us for part 2 on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.